Okay, this is what I'm gonna try. This is a log. I am going to attempt to make a jewelry box out of it. And as usual, I have already done some of it, so let me tell you. I've cut both of these ends off. Okay, that end and that end. And then I cut the lid for it right here. And this is going to be the lid. It'll open like this. Okay, now what I have to do is take and hollow this out. This will be, and I'll put some little things at the top of it for, I'll use my hole saw for rings, and then maybe a little dish like thing here, and all the rest of this will be hollowed out. This isn't going to happen now. I'm going to try and follow this curve, but I'm going to start with it straight first. I'm just going to run this through the table saw and knock all that out of there. We'll see if it works. But if I can pull this off, man, this thing will be cool. And then here in the lid, I'm not going to do anything with it. This will be the lid. If I do anything, it'll just be carve out a little thing, and then I'll etch a piece of glass with his name in it, and then I'll put some mirrored window tint so it'll look like a mirror behind it. Those are the plans. Then I'll put the hinges on. I'll glue these back on the sides. I'll glue them on, and then this lid will fit right in between it, just like that. To finish it off, probably all I'll do is just clean it up a little bit, but I'm not going to sand it down real good and give it kind of a rustic look. And put an X, the cross things, when they're cutting wood, that'll be for the stand. So, wish me luck. Well, there it is after I've cut it on the table saw. This will be rings right here. Kind of screwed that one up. So I'm going to redo it. And this log has had so many cracks in it. I mean, just crack after crack after crack. It's got so many, and deep, because it's seasoned and all that. But god dang the cracks. I tried to fill it in with glue and sawdust, which, it doesn't look horrible, but if I'd go to stain this thing or teak oil or anything, just polyurethane, all that would show up, because that glue is not going to take that poly. It won't take anything, I don't believe. So my plan B is, once I drill the rest of those holes, the rest of these out, I'm going to drill about 3 of them out. I'm going to fill this one in with glue and sawdust, fill it in, and I'm going to line this whole thing with black felt. I'm not going to do the ends that are sitting over there. I'm not going to do those in felt. I'm going to leave those wooden if I can. I don't know, it depends on how they look, or at least the insides. I took, and I was trying to leave this as natural as I could, like all the little wormholes, but I had to get all that dirt off of it, and that dirt is soaked in, boy. And you can really see the difference between that side and this side over here. That must have been the side it was sitting on the ground, but I haven't wiped it down with anything wet yet. But I think that's all the sanding I'm going to do on this. I'm not going to make it smooth, or just going to leave it kind of rustic looking. So I guess I'll try and drill them holes out. I'm using a hole saw, and without the drill bit in the middle, that hole saw just wants to wander and wander and wander. See, I'm using I start off with a 3/4 inch, and then I use this 1 inch. But I have found out that if you put it in reverse, you can start your hole a lot easier if you put it in reverse. It keeps wanting to loosen up my bit a little bit, but it beats trying to grind it right in. So I'll drill them holes and we'll see what we got from there. Well, does it look different than it did? I've sanded all I'm going to sand. I'm leaving it real rough looking. It's got a lip right here on the front to pick it up, and voila, look at that. Got ring holders, covered it in felt, because there's just too many cracks inside of it. I need to hide it. Plenty of room to throw watches, bracelets, whatever you want to put in there. Now, in the lid, right there, see that carved out place? I'm leaving this thing about as rustic as I can. But in that space is going to go that. And the reason the handcuffs, he's a policeman, and I made the C and the O out of handcuffs. So that's pretty slick, ain't it? And then I covered it in, I put mirrored window tint on the back of it, and right now I'm just kind of waiting for it to dry. And that will go in that spot. And now all I have to do is sand the sides. I hope they stay together. They're pretty freaking cracked. And they need a lot of sanding. That's sawdust and glue. I hope it holds together. Because I've come way too far to quit, to let it break now. Got my hinges for my door. And then I'll put some teak oil on it. And I don't think I'm going to polyurethane it. I think I'm just going to put that teak oil on it. And that's it. See that lid's all bumpy. So, just a little bit to go, and I've got all 3 presents done. And tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm a month ahead. Here is the finished product. I had to put those rubber things on the bottom because when you open the lid, bam, check that out. You can see the Cameron part of it or not. All you can see is me. There it is. See that? Then I put those little twisty things on the edges here, put this chain on it, because trying to keep a log from rolling, you have to put those little stopper things on it, and I really had to put them way back there to keep it from rolling every time I lifted the lid. See the ring thing? That kind of needs a little vacuuming, but there it is. There's what it looks like. Very first and only log jewelry box. Lid closes nice and even. It opens, don't have to have any kind of a latch. Now to finish it, I have some teak oil on it, 2 coats of that. Then I put a coat of poly on there, but I ended up sanding most of it back off. Then I put another coat of teak oil on it. And now I'm going to attempt to put a little clear. Just spray it real light with a coat of clear to give it just a little bit more shine. Even though, I mean, right now it's fine, but. So here it is, what, the 5th of December, and I'm done. So, there, now you know how to make a log jewelry box.
I knew I could do it. See, if you dream it, you can do it.